Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today, we're customizing the Pegassi Zentorno in Grand Theft Auto Online. This is another one of the old cars that has new customization in GTA Online, so we're going to get into it right now. So to start off with the armor, we're going to go all the way up on that. The brakes as well for sure. For the bumper options, we do have front and rear bumpers. Now we do have this new custom splitter that we can add onto the car, the street splitter, and of course the race splitter. The race splitter is pretty extreme. I think we're going to go for the street splitter. I kind of like the length of that, so it looks pretty good. Painted rear trim, we can add that onto this car. I guess we will, why not? For the chassis, we can change the side blades color here. We will go for the secondary on that. For the engine, we're going to go all the way up on that, of course. For the exhaust, we do have a few new options here. Coming down towards the bottom of the exhausts here, we can see we have quite a few different options. I'm going to go for the quad exit exhaust. I do like the look of that. For the grille, we can have a painted trim if we want to. I guess we will do that, why not? For the hood, we have the slippy hood, we have the street stripe hood, we also have the race hood and the Pegassi hood. I think the race hood looks so aggressive and I love the look of it, so we're going to go for that. For the lights, we are going to go xenon, of course. For the livery, we do have some livery options for the Zentorno now, which is really, really cool. We have the Italian stripes, which is kind of sick. It goes on the side of the car as well. Do kind of like that. We got the Kasama livery. We have modern living as well, which is weird. We have cable racing. I do kind of like this livery a lot. I think that does look really, really sweet. We have Harlequin. We have Harlequin alt. We have Mind Mocked Racing as well. This is a really sweet looking livery as well, I think. We also have the Abstract livery. We have the Rampage Racing livery as well. The Comic Book Racing, and back to stock. Now, I personally think the stock looks really, really good. However, I would like to do some sort of livery on it. I don't want to go for the Italian because we've already done that on like 10 cars. I'm thinking maybe of going for the Cable Racing livery. I do kind of like this look. I think it looks pretty sweet. We're going to go for it. I don't usually do things like this to like the Zentorno. Well, obviously I don't because it's a new thing, but I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. For the actual respray on the vehicle, we could go for like a crew color, but I don't think that lines up very well. Ice white does look pretty good, I have to say. I think that a blue would probably suit this pretty well. So I'm thinking of maybe a darker blue, like dark blue, could even go galaxy blue. It also wouldn't look too bad in like a diamond blue, I feel like. What else do we have here? We got racing blue, we got ultra blue. Maybe an ultra blue. I think ultra blue looks pretty good. Let's do ultra blue. Why not? The secondary color, let's see. What do we want to go for here? Why did the side blades like not change colors? That's so weird. Oh, I guess is that part of the livery? Maybe it's part of the livery. Oh, and this color does the Zentorno's like wheels? Oh, that's interesting. I kind of want to go for something bright. Maybe like a yellow? I don't know. I feel like a yellow is kind of weird, but like kind of makes the car pop a little. What about an orange? Orange isn't bad either. Could also just go for like a black. What does black look like? That looks kind of lethal. Kind of like that. I could also go for like a white. You know what? Let's go for ice white for the secondary. I kind of like that. Roll cage, we can add one into this thing if we so choose. I guess if we're going for like kind of a race car build, I guess we could do it, but I'm not a really big fan of it, so I'm just going to avoid it. There is a roof scoop option for this car now. We'll go for the roof scoop, why not? For the side skirts, we have a few different options here as well. I kind of like the street skirt in carbon. We'll go for that. For the spoiler, we have a few new spoiler options here for the Zentorno as well, I do believe. Yes, we do. The racing spoiler is really sick. It does look really cool. I don't do that on any of my Zentornos like ever, so that is an option. But the wing from the Tempesta as well, that's pretty sick. I kind of like this wing. I think we're going to go for the elongated race wing. That's kind of tight. For the sun strip, we can add it. Let's do it. Why not? We might as well add some more branding to this car. Race transmission, we'll go for it. The turbo tuning, we'll also go for that. For the wheels, we got to change these up. Maybe we'll go for something carbon just to match up with all the rest of the carbon on the car. Let's go for the solars. I think those look pretty good. For the wheel color, we'll just go black. It's just simple. Bulletproof tires, we will add those. Tire design, let's throw it on. Why not? And of course, we could put some window tint on this thing. We'll do it. Usually I wouldn't do this for like a racing car, but I think it looks pretty good, so we'll go for it. Now it's time to take this thing down to the ground. We're going to do a sound test and a full review on the car. Okay, here we are outside. it's time to do a little sound test. Let's see what the Zentorno sounds like. It sounds exactly like I expected it to. It sounds exactly the same way it did the last time that I did a sound test on it. So no surprises there. It sounds good. Could sound a little better, but it's not bad, that's for sure. Now the Zentorno, notorious car in GTA Online. I don't think there's a player in GTA that doesn't know about the Zentorno. Obviously this thing is all-wheel drive. It is based off of the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento very, very heavily. A lot of people say it's the Veneno, but I don't necessarily agree with that. This car has really, really good performance for how much it costs. This is a top 25 fastest supercar in the game around a circuit, as of right now, when I'm recording this video at least, and it goes for $725,000. So it's relatively cheap, and the performance is really, really good for the money, I have to say. The Zentorno, one of the best bang for your buck supercars in the entire game. The Zentorno is pretty much universally respected in GTA Online. I feel like there's nobody who doesn't like the Zentorno. It's a great car. It sounds great, looks great. Customization now especially is really awesome because there's even more things you can do to it. It wasn't bad before, but it also wasn't like super unique, I guess, either. It's not to say it's, you know, it was bad, but it's just got way more options now, so why not? The Zentorno, I mean, for $725,000, you literally cannot go wrong with this car. It's a blast to drive in free mode, it's a blast to drive on the track. You're probably not going to win any races with it, but it is still really fun to drive. It feels pretty light, but it also is pretty planted a lot of the time as well. So it's just a really, really nice car. The all-wheel drive works well. You can, of course, use it to climb mountains if you did want to do that. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can if you want to. The acceleration is probably the Zentorno's best feature. It has a kind of a weaker top speed. It's not anything too special. It's not to say it's bad either, but it's just, you know, I'd say pretty average for the supercars category. Nothing terribly special there. The acceleration and the handling are definitely this thing's two strong suits. Top speed, just not so much. That's not to say it's bad though. So the Zentorno, with these new customization options, I would say it's just even better to get than it always was, and it's always been a great car to pick up. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and say I recommend getting this thing, guys. If you've never had a Zentorno before, or even if you do have a Zentorno, go and customize it. If you've never had one, go and buy one if you got some money left over. It's a really, really great car. You will not regret your purchase. Anyway guys, that is pretty much it for the Zentorno customization and review in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated, if not dislike. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.